So for Lucha Underground, the first thing I want to discuss the first match, and it was um, I believe it was uh, it was uh, Taya versus um, I forgot who she faced, uh, but um, and I thought yeah, oh yeah, she faced Jeremiah Crane, and I thought that Jeremiah would win, and he did. And the way in which he won was whenever um, um, was during the match, Star was w- uh, w- was in a crowd watching uh, the match happen. Even though she wasn't actually interfering in the match, she was sort of uh, um, unintentionally distracting Taya a bit, um, and I gave Jeremiah the opening to hit a finishing move, uh, cranial uh, contusion for the win. And then the next match actually was Mortes versus Paul London. I knew that um, Miller would win. It was a pretty obvious. I'm guessing, and I thought that it was gonna be a squash match, and honestly, it was. And even though in the beginning of the match, Paul tried to do some weird escape tactics and try to use his agility to beat Mortes. Ultimately, in the end, uh, um, Mortes' size was too much for the member of the rabbit tribe to overcome. And then the main event was um, was Phoenix versus Mighty Moth Martinez. I thought that Phoenix would win, and he did. And the way in which he won was very interesting and very talked about. Whenever my sister was supposed to try to use a lunchbox that he had brought, with him to the ring. Uh, the announcer, Melissa Santos, stopped Mariposa a bit before she could use that on Phoenix, and that distracted Marty to when he turned around. Phoenix beat him, and then Marty was so incensed on Melissa sticking her nose where it didn't belong, uh, and his eyes and how he sees it. Um, that he beat up Phoenix so badly, um, and then he used the fork from Lunchbox uh, to drive it into the scalp Phoenix. Well, Melissa held Melissa and she made her watch it all happen before in front of her, and I can see why people are very comfortable with it, but at the same time, I have to realize that Marty is a heel, and he portrays it very well. He does a very good job. Um, if you are a heel and you make people upset and piss them off, then you're doing your job the way you're supposed to. And hopefully that'll be a thing that Dario addresses this Wednesday on Lucha Underground. And then for Gerald's game, I want to discuss uh, uh, Jesse broke uh, the uh, the empty glass of water um, shelf above the bed, and she broke that by smashing it on behind her on the shelf on above the bedpost, and she uh, took a wrist and jammed it into the pieces of glass that were um, that were on the bedpost, and she um, and a, and as the blood and the blood actually worked very well as a lubricant, and then allowed her to slide up her right wrist off the bed, off the handcuffs, but I left her wrist handcuffed, and she pushed the bed to the drawer where the keys lay, and she used the key to open the yeah, to lock the left handcuff, and probably she was free of all the handcuffs, and was no longer a prisoner. Um, but she knew that she actually had to leave as soon as she could, but because it was a dark, mysterious man that was coming for her, and then she called the space cowboy, and he was coming for her and would kill her if she didn't leave as soon as she could. Um, and while she would begin to escape, she began to feel very lightheaded and dizzy, obviously from having all that blood, being lost. And and just and it was almost night time, and she was out of options, and that was where I stopped today, actually. So that's all I have for today.